We're planting Showy Goldenrod, Solidago speciosa. This preserve in this general area holds about 60% of the state's population of Showy Goldenrod. It really doesn't exist in too many places in Pennsylvania. It's more of a Midwest species of the United States, but for some reason it grows here native. So we don't know if it was indigenous Lenape planted it or brought the seed here for certain medicinal reasons, or the other scenario is they thought that migratory wood bison migrated through this area and may have brought the seed when the wood bison would poop and graze in here. They deposited the seed in the meadows, and that's how the Solidago got here from possibly another state to here. It is found sporadically in this township and this area, but the preserve does hold at one time 60%, like I said, of the state's population of the Showy Goldenrod. Dr. Ann Rhodes and Carol Leffler from Dickinson College thought it would be a great idea to collect seed from the preserve, grow plants, and reintroduce them back into the preserve. The numbers in the early 2000s were very high, and in the mid-2000s the population crashed, and we don't know why. That's when we really decided to reach out to Cuba Center, who we partner with on this. We collect seed from the plants here and at the Rhineman Wildlife Sanctuary that we manage. Those plants out there are the same plants from here, the same genotype. We collect the seed, we give it to Cuba Center, they propagate it in their greenhouses for us, and they usually produce between 250 to 280 plants for us in pots every year. So this time of year, we bring them out to the preserve and plant them for the population, hopefully to continue to grow and repopulate here on the preserve.
We started the initial plantings before my time up here at the top part of this meadow, and then every year we move the cages, so we're gradually moving down this hillside into the meadow further. So for example, this cage here, we planted those plants last year and then just planted some down here to expand the range in this little plot that we have here. And we do the same thing at a few other sites on the preserve. So most of the time when we do a tree planting, or any planting for that matter, we put cages, and in most cases they're deer exclosure cages. In this case, the deer will browse on these goldenrod, but they don't specifically seek it out as a food source. What's more problematic with the goldenrod is actually rabbits. Some of the plantings we did, we would put them all on the ground in the containers and come back and they'd be plucked out of the ground if they weren't caged in. We were curious about what was causing that. We thought maybe people were pulling them out, but we put a trail cam on and found that actually rabbits were coming in, browsing them, and plucking the plants right out of the ground. So most of the time when you see cages like this, you're expecting it's to keep deer out, which to some extent it is, but it also is helping to keep out the rabbits here, which are more of a problem for the goldenrod.
I think this is probably our 10th year of planting plants here, the Solidago plants, and we put some in cages. We plant some randomly throughout the meadows. They exist on their own without cages around them, and they do pretty well. We also broadcast extra seed that we have. In certain areas, we'll broadcast seed this time of year and let it frost in the wintertime, and it usually comes back in the spring, and it grows pretty well. And Natural Lands would like to thank all the partners involved in this, and some of the folks like Dr. Ann Rhodes, Carol Leffler, Cuba Center for sure, for propagating all these plants for us. They give us nice, healthy plants every year. It's been a great project, and we hope to continue it for the next 10 years at least, and try to get these meadows, the population of the Solidago, back to what it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. The numbers are going up and the plants are doing well.